fact, you asked for it, and here's Jack Smith.
Heavy snow in the mountains, life-giving moisture. A few miles away, drought and desperation. Crops dying in the fields. A problem faced by mankind throughout recorded history. For centuries, people have tried to produce rain where they want it, through the magic of tribal drums, incantations of witch doctors, the firing of cannons into the clouds. In fact, there's a record of one man trying to make rain with a spray gun. But only in recent years have we come to realize that something can be done about the weather. Frank Summers of Milton, Iowa writes asking that we actually show how rain is made. Well, now, Frank, we must make one thing clear. No one can create clouds or rain. At present, man can only stimulate clouds to produce a higher yield of moisture. An early method was to fly planes through clouds, seeding them with dry ice, far too expensive and inadequate. Now, the modern scientific way to make rain is less dramatic, but far more effective. Our answer begins in Denver, Colorado, headquarters of the Crick rain-making and hail suppression operations. Within this building, a weather watch goes on 24 hours a day. Weather reports come in from all parts of the world. They're studied, analyzed, evaluated. President of this company is Dr. Irving P. Crick, the man who helped trigger the invasion of Normandy by his accurate weather predictions, a man whose head is always in the cloud. Weather is their business. What they see on these endless maps determines where and when more rain is possible. They can predict the gathering of storm clouds, greatly speeded here so that we see how they form. Now, this diagram shows their problem. At the left, warm air moving in. The darkened area appearing at the top of the plume is where nature will make its own snow at temperatures 13 degrees below and colder. A man's job is to squeeze rain from the lower part of the cloud down to the level where freezing temperatures begin. And it can be done. Now, what makes snow? Well, here in this open refrigerator, we'll see a snowstorm appear before our eyes. Moist air is blown into freezing temperatures, creating a cloud, the same as clouds in the sky. A flame releases iodide crystals into the cloud, and around these tiny particles, ice quickly forms. Now, there's your snowstorm and your answer. Snowflakes must have a nucleus around which to form. By nature's way, snow forms around particles of dust in the sky. Now, here man applies iodide crystals for that same purpose. He fertilizes the clouds, just as a farmer would fertilize his field with the proper chemicals. Next problem, how to get the chemical into the clouds. They do it with this generator oven, much like a backyard barbecue. It's as simple as that. A hot fire is stoked in the burner. Generators such as this are stationed at points throughout a given area. Their operators always on call. Pieces of coke impregnated with iodide crystals are released from a bin and into the fire. The hot crystals rise with the smoke toward the clouds. Now, how do they make sure the wind will carry those crystals to meet the clouds over the target area at just the right point? Well, for this, special devices have been developed to study local air movements. One of the most effective is this no-lift balloon filled with helium. With carefully measured ballast, it's actually weightless. It follows the airstream, measuring wind speed and direction. There it rises, just as the crystals will rise toward the clouds. All information is relayed to the Crick office in Denver, where they're standing by for an actual rain-making project. On the teletype, a vital report comes in. Storm conditions possible over target area, and they move into action. This is the nerve center. Maps checked and revised with each new report. Storm front along the Canadian coast. Worldwide reports are correlated. Predictions must be checked and rechecked. Another report. Storm now over Northern California. These are Dr. Crick's ablest engineers using weather data supplied by the government and from their own private sources, moving with military dispatch. Throughout the target area, there are 20 generator stations. It must be determined which will be fired up for the maximum effect. Storm moving over Southern California. They quickly decide, and the call is made. Their target, the San Bernardino Mountains. It may snow here, but their effort is to greatly augment precipitation, which will fall as rain at lower levels. The call goes through to their station in San Bernardino, headquarters of the target area. More information will reach him by teletype. In turn, he dials the first generator station. operated at a service station in Long Beach. Orders are to stand by. Next, a motel owner in Upland stands by. Still early morning, clouds gathering. The experts, the engineers, will determine the right moment when maximum rain can be wrung from those clouds. Long Beach operator awaits the final go-ahead. Already a light drizzle falling. From here, the wind must carry the crystals to a rendezvous with clouds over the mountains, miles away. 6:28 a.m., 0 hour, and there's the call. Fire up. First to Long Beach. Hot fire, silver iodide into the blaze. "7:10 a.m. Teletype from Denver clicks away. The second order. And the call to Upland. Generator fired up. 9 a.m. Storm clouds over the mountains. Predictions were accurate. Light rain falling in the lowlands. Rain in the coastal cities. A trillion crystals a minute, rising to squeeze out more rain from the clouds. Increasing rain in the mountains. From all firing stations, continuous reports. As wind currents change, other stations are fired. Bombarding the clouds continuously. And the rains come, heavy and sustained. The product of the weather engineers as the dream of scientific weather control becomes a reality. It really works to increasingly become a part of our everyday lives.